time during the ceremony, please feel free to come forward and take pictures. Please stand for the invocation given by Specialist Davis and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Let us pray. Lord, we ask for your blessing as we move forward in our military careers. Strengthen the bonds with our families and friends as we venture across the country and the globe. Watch over these soldiers and protect us from harm in the discharge of our duties, bringing us swiftly back to our loved ones. Lord, we ask for your everlasting hope in the face of evil deeds, your love to shelter us in times of distress, your light to guide us throughout the night, and your strength to steel our resolve against adversity. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Lieutenant Colonel McRae, Manslaughter Major Showmaker, Lieutenant Colonel Hahn, distinguished guests, friends and relatives, welcome to graduation and pinning ceremony for the 13 Bravo, 13 Fox, and 13 Juliet classes from 1st Battalion, 78th Field Artillery, United States Army. Today marks the successful completion of their demanding coursework. This is their day to be a part of the fully trained and ready Army. Soldiers, today you join the ranks of the United States Army Field Artillery, a proud warrior class whose history began with a few simple cannons and has evolved into a complex system of short and long-range missiles and howitzers with unlimited capabilities. You are here because you have successfully completed the challenging training necessary to become a fully qualified soldier in the most lethal Army in the world. Following in the footsteps of those before you, to include your instructors, and soldiers like Sergeant First Class Jared C. Monty, whose heroism and gallantry in Operation Enduring Freedom as a forward observer earned him the nation's highest award, the Medal of Honor, for selflessly sacrificing himself while attempting to save the lives of his men. Or Medal of Honor recipient Sergeant First Class Webster Anderson, who distinguished himself by conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity in action while serving as a chief of section. With complete disregard for his personal safety, he mounted the exposed parapet of the howitzer position and directed devastating direct howitzer fire on the assaulting enemy while providing rifle and grenade defensive fire against enemy soldiers attempting to overrun his gun. Ladies and gentlemen, the guest speaker for today's graduation is Sergeant First Class James H. Reynolds, Senior Drill Sergeant, Alpha Battery, 1st Battalion, 31st Field Artillery Regiment.
Lieutenant Colonel McRae, Command Sergeant Major Shoemaker, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduating class. I feel deeply honored to have the opportunity to address this group of fine young soldiers on this important day. I can only speculate to think as to why you see an infantryman up here today dressed in field artillery. It's not because of my MOS, but because of the organization that I belong to. That organization is the Sergeant Audie Murphy Club, named after Sergeant Audie Leon Murphy, Medal of Honor recipient, one of the highest decorated soldiers in the U.S. Army. Like Audie Murphy, the members of this prestigious club are non-commissioned officers that exemplify leadership characteristics. my personal concern for the needs, training, and development, and welfare of soldiers and their families. There are a few members that are amongst your cadre today. The first reason that since I became a non-commissioned officer, I agreed to do this speech for two reasons. First reason is that since I became a non-commissioned officer, I enjoyed and took pride in training and influence for soldiers. The second is as a drill sergeant on Fort Sill, I hope to have that I had a few soldiers in this graduating class, which I did. It was awesome. The infantry and the field artillery have a long-standing relationship. I am not afraid to say that sometimes we infantrymen need some assistance as well. It was on January 26, 1945 that Lieutenant Murphy fended off a large advancing German force using the M250 caliber machine gun, calling in field artillery fire from a field telephone by himself to protect the men under his charge. It was his actions on this day that earned him the Medal of Honor. I will not keep you much longer, as I'm sure that right now you're thinking of all the things you can do on graduation day. So I'll be short. However, I would like to leave you with a few words as you move forward into your career. First, I would like to say congratulations. By completing advanced individual training, you have met various physical and academic challenges that now qualifies you for your MOS. You have endured long and very difficult training both in and out of the classroom. You have felt the stresses and pressure of uncertainty. You have felt the fear of failure and the relief of success on more than one occasion, I'm sure. That's okay, because I guarantee you the leaders in this auditorium have felt the same thing that you felt previously. However, you are here, now successful and proud soldiers of the field artillery. Therefore, for a moment, you can relax, take a deep breath, and feel proud about what you have accomplished. Only for a moment, though, because the journey is not yet over. I'm sure that all of you are motivated and looking forward to your next duty station. But when you get there, I want you to remember a few things. First, always adhere to the standard. Maintain discipline and always try to improve both mentally and physically. Do not turn away from any opportunity that is put in front of you. If you want college, enroll. If you want a 380 FT score, do some more PT. If there is a course that will advance you in your MOS, pursue it. Most of the time, the only thing that stops you from getting what you want is you. Second, you will have leaders when you get to your first duty station that will ensure that you succeed. They will be tough yet fair. They respect you. They know every bit of what you've been through so far. They know everything of what you're about to go through when you get there. They probably sat in the seats that you are sitting in right now. Open up yourselves to receive a lot of vital information. You may think that you already learned what you need to know in AIT, but I guarantee you haven't. There's much more for you to learn to be a proficient warfighter in the greatest fighting force in the world. Finally, accept the fact that you may deploy to one or more locations throughout the world. There's still a lot going on in the world that may require you to defend your country or defend those that are not able to defend themselves. Do not shy away from it. Embrace it. It is an honorable calling that you will have an opportunity to be a part of. Again, I would like to say congratulations to you today and wish you Godspeed in the future. I've been in the Army 16 years, and I can tell you it's an incredible journey. I would like to pay recognition to your families. Support of the family is critical. The success of these soldiers sitting here today, in part, is due to the support throughout basic combat training and advanced individual training. They will need your continued support as they go forward in their careers. Nothing more motivating than receiving support from the family in the forms of a care package, letter or email, or even a phone call or text. Thank you now for your support you've given them, and I thank you in advance for the continued support you will give them. To the instructors and cadre, I say thank you for the knowledge that you've shared and your experiences and effort to provide them the best opportunity the young soldiers have in front of us today. Again, thank you for your time.
Soldiers, you have been trained by the most professional, non-commissioned officers working in our Army today. Your field artillery instructors are the elite of their military occupation specialty. These instructors must demonstrate exceptional proficiency in all areas, related to instruction as well as being professional leaders and mentors. All from the students and a cadre of 1st Battalion, 78th Field Artillery. For the 13 Fox Class 05201-503-18, Sergeant First Class Matthew Gorman. For 13 Juliet Class 0910-18, Staff Sergeant Daniel Evans is accepting on behalf of Staff Sergeant Dean Hurd. For 13 Bravo Class 07-18, Staff Sergeant Terry Turner. Please join me in a well-deserved round of applause for our instructors. The official party for today's ceremony is Sergeant First Class Reynolds and AIT Platoon Sergeant, Sergeant First Class Burt. Family members, please feel free to come forward and take pictures. The Distinguished Undergraduate and Undergraduate Awards are presented for overall excellence in training and character development throughout the training cycle. Each awardee will also be pinning the cross-cannon insignia onto their uniform, and thus signifying that the Department of the Army and Field Artillery Commandant have certified that these soldiers are branch qualified and are true artillerymen. The Distinguished Undergraduate for the 13 Bravo class is Private First Class Taryn Hendricks. The Distinguished Undergraduate for the 13 Juliet classes are Private Nicholas Franz. The Distinguished Undergraduates for the 13 Fox classes are Specialist Nicholas Davis, Class 05-18. Private Kevin Leland, Class 201-18. Private Ethan Aarons, Class 503-18. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for our distinguished undergraduates. The undergraduates for the 13 Fox classes are Private Griffin Pedigo, Class 05-18. Private Daniel Browning, Class 201-18. Specialist Joel McGee, Class 503-18. The High Army Physical Fitness Test awardees are awarded the Army Physical Badge for Excellence by scoring at least 90 points in the 3 Army Physical Fitness Test events: the push-up, the sit-up, and a 2-mile run, with a maximum score of 300 points. The High APFT awardee from each class is Private Kevin Leland, 13 Fox, Class 201-18, scored 300 points. Private Ethan Aarons, 13 Fox, Class 503-18, scored 296 points. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for our Specialist Davis from 13 Fox, Class 05-18, will present our first class rentals with a token of appreciation from the students and cadre members of 1st Battalion 78th Field Artillery.
On behalf of the graduating class, I would like to thank this sergeant for his time, his wise words, and his wisdom.
The remainder of the soldiers of the 13 Bravo, 13 Fox, and 13 Juliet classes will now pin on the Field Artillery branch insignia. The cross cannons insignia has been in use since 1834 and represents 2 cross Napoleon cannons from 1812. The insignia was modified in 1901, 1907, 1957, and 1967, which is in current use today, and represents the Field Artillery as the king of battle. Ladies and gentlemen, from the 13 Bravo Class 07-18, Private Alexander, Private Barrett, Private Onino, Private Bruce, Specialist Buffalot, Private Birch. Private Calvin, Sergeant Carpenter, Private Christensen. Private Claymore, Private Crane, Private Crawford. Private Domingo, Private Doyle, Private Ferguson. Private Flores, Sergeant Galston, Private Gomes. Private Gutierrez, Private Hilliard, Private Hill. Private Iverson, Private Janines, Private Copage. Laidlaw, Private Lee, Private Legg. Private Lewis, Private Macias, Private Mackey. Private McLean, Private Mihaj, Private Messick. Sergeant Yoon Sabine, Sergeant Mick, Private Morrow. Private Murillo, Private Villa, Private Morales. Private Pomeroy, Private Prudencio, Sergeant Ramich. Private Randall, Private Verdon, Private Reyes Lebron. Private Reyes, Private Rodriguez, Private Rosenstiel. Sergeant Sesquich, Private Schoner, Private Snyder. Private Stone, Private Tamano, Private Graves. Private Watkins, Private Winfrey, Private Wolf. Ladies and gentlemen, for 13 Fox class 05-18. Private AR. Private Brookins, Private Brown, Private Camacho. Private Casey, Private Castillo, Private Chison. Private Davis, Private Garcia, Private Barbier. Private Geller, Private Hall, Private Hardy. Private Jastrzewski, Private Marlin, Private Nath. Private Rawl, Private Roberts, Private Romero Flores. Private Shanahan, Private Shiflett, Private Silman. Private Sosa. Ladies and gentlemen, for 13 Fox, Class 201-18, Private Baltzell, Specialist Blankenbaker. Private Bosi, Private Ford, Private Brasso. Right, left. Private Burrow, Private Dorsey, Private Planus. Private Connect, Private Rodriguez, Private Small. Specialist Gutierrez, Private Marquez, Private Martinez.
It's completely off. Yeah.
What's the battery like?
It's full. Full. Yep.
Take it off.
Oh, it's not full.
Private Martinez, Private McCollum, Private McDonald. Private McKernan, Private Moraz, Private Munoz. Private Nava, Private Pollock, Private Pincock. Private Broca, Private Sigafus, Private Snyder. Private Amosa, Private Berry, Private Lanza. Private Claude, Private Hilario, Private Leather, Private Morse, Private Richard, Private Troll. Ladies and gentlemen, for 13 Juliet Class 10-18, Private Avery, Private Edwards, Private Ekman. Private Johnson, Private McFadden, Private Masonette Diaz. Private Renier, Private Richards, Private Sanchez. Private Silvestro, Private Van Alstyne, Private White. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for our graduates. At this time, Specialist Davis will lead the class in reciting the Soldier's Creed. All soldiers, please stand for the reciting of the Soldier's Creed and remain standing for the playing of the Army Song.
The Soldier's Creed!
I'm an American soldier. I'm a warrior member of the team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values. I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade. I am disciplined, physically, mentally tough, trained, proficient on warrior tasks and drills. I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself. I am an expert, not a professional. I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the enemies of the United States of America in close combat. I am the guardian of freedom and the American way of life. I am an American soldier!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the singing of the Army Song.
March along, sing our song, we're the army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who have fought to victory. We're the army and proud of our name.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the graduation ceremony. The cadre and soldiers of 1st Battalion, 78th Field Artillery would like to thank you for your attendance. Please feel free to come forward and congratulate the graduates. The distinguished graduates will be at the base of the stage, while the remainder of the graduates will be in the foyer. The USO has provided cake and refreshments for all the families and soldiers to share together. At this time, Specialist Davis, take charge.
King of battle, Sergeant!
Take work.
Right, face! Forward, march! Lift! 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 Up in the morning out of the rack! Up in the morning out of the rack! Greeting that tower with an early attack! Greeting that tower with an early attack! Your sergeant rushes me out to chow! Your sergeant rushes me out to chow! But I don't need it anyhow! But I don't need it anyhow! Well, hey! Well, hey! Well, hey! Artillery's the life for me. Artillery's the life for me. Nothing in this world is free. Nothing in this world is free. From the big bird in the sky. From the big bird in the sky. All will jump and some will die. All will jump and some will die.